Imagine waking up and the temperature outside is minus 40 degrees. Not for one day, not for 1 week, for 10,000 years straight. No heaters, no proper clothes, no permanent shelter. Just you, a fire that could die any second, and a world covered in ice from Europe to North America. Most people picture the Ice Age as a Hollywood cartoon, funny mammoths, saber-toothed squirrels chasing acorns. The reality was far more brutal and far more fascinating. This actually happened. It's called the Ice Age. And somehow our ancestors didn't just survive it. They came out the other side, smarter, tougher, and more connected than ever before. So how did they actually do it? The Ice Age wasn't one single event. It was a series of freezing periods, and the worst one, called the last glacial maximum, peaked around 20,000 years ago. Sea levels dropped over 120 meters. Entire land bridges opened up between continents. Woolly mammoths, cave lions, and saber-toothed cats roamed a frozen world right alongside early humans. In this video, you'll find out how humans invented clothing that could actually survive sub-zero winters, why this brutal era might have created humanity's first best friend, and the one survival trick that may have saved our entire species from extinction. Here's something most people don't know. Neanderthals lived through cold winters too, but they mostly wrapped animal hides around themselves like blankets. Homo sapiens did something different, something that may have given us the edge. Around 40,000 years ago, humans started making eyed needles out of bone. That's not a small detail. A draped hide keeps you warm. A sewn, fitted garment traps body heat and blocks wind. The same principle your winter jacket uses today. And it wasn't just needles. Researchers have found evidence of multiple clothing layers, an inner layer worn against the skin, and an outer layer built for wind resistance, similar to modern layered winter gear. Some groups even used sinuous thread, tough enough to hold stitched hide together through years of daily wear in freezing conditions. Some researchers believe this single invention, tailored clothing, may explain why modern humans expanded into brutally cold regions that Neanderthals never fully colonized. Think about that. A needle, not a weapon, not fire. A tiny needle might have helped decide which human species made it to today. During an Ice Age winter, fire wasn't for cooking dinner. It was the difference between life and death. Starting that fire in the first place wasn't easy either. There was no lighter, no matches, just friction, sparks from stone and dry tinder that was almost impossible to find during a wet, freezing winter. Some evidence suggests certain groups may have used naturally occurring wildfires started by lightning and then carried burning embers with them for weeks, refusing to ever let the flame go out completely. In other words, fire wasn't something you made whenever you needed it. It was something you protected like a member of the tribe. So tribes developed something we'd now call fire relay behavior. Someone was always awake, always watching the flame day and night in shifts. Losing the fire didn't just mean losing warmth. It meant losing the only thing keeping predators away, the only way to cook meat safely, and the only light source for 16-hour winter nights. Entire tribes likely built their whole social structure. Who slept when, who hunted when, around one single, fragile flame. Now here's the part that sounds almost unbelievable. A single woolly mammoth could weigh up to 8 tons. One kill could feed an entire tribe for weeks, maybe longer, if the meat was frozen and stored properly. And in an ice age, nature basically handed you a giant freezer for free. But hunting something that size with a wooden spear wasn't just risky, it was borderline suicidal. Archaeologists have found evidence of coordinated hunting. Tribes driving mammoths toward cliffs or into natural traps rather than fighting them head-on. This wasn't brute strength. This was strategy, and it tells us something important. Surviving the Ice Age required teamwork on a level we don't usually give ancient humans credit for. But what did people actually do with a mammoth once they took one down? They didn't just eat it. In Ukraine, archaeologists uncovered something incredible. Actual huts built almost entirely out of mammoth bones, some sites containing bones from over 60 different mammoths. Skulls stacked as a foundation. Long bones used as support beams. tusks curved overhead like ribs of a shelter. These weren't temporary camps. Some of these bone structures may have been used for years, maybe even generations. In a world with almost no trees for building material, ancient humans looked at the biggest animal on the tundra and saw more than food. They saw a house, but maybe the strangest survival strategy of the Ice Age wasn't a tool at all. It might have been a relationship. Genetic evidence suggests wolves and humans began forming a bond somewhere between 20,000 and 40,000 years ago, right in the middle of this brutal cold period. Wolves got scraps of meat and warmth near the fire. Humans got extra eyes, ears, and noses, watching for predators in the dark. In a world where one bad night could kill your entire tribe, an early warning system on 4 legs wasn't a luxury. It was survival. That bond never really ended. It just evolved into the dog sleeping on your couch right now. But here's the part that should genuinely shock you. Some genetic studies suggest that during the Ice Age, the entire human population may have dropped to as few as a few thousand breeding individuals. Not millions, not hundreds of thousands. To put that in perspective, that's a smaller population than many endangered species have today. Cheetahs, certain species of rhino. That's the kind of number scientists use to describe animals on the edge of vanishing forever. And that was us. A number small enough that one bad decade, one failed hunting season, one fire that went out at the wrong time, could have ended our entire species before it really began. Every person alive today, all 8 billion of us, may be descended from a group of Ice Age survivors small enough to fit in a single stadium. We are not just descendants of tough people. We are descendants of the lucky ones. So when you ask how did humans survive the Ice Age, the honest answer isn't just fire or spears or thick fur. It was needles. It was teamwork. It was an unlikely friendship with a wolf. And it was, quite possibly, thousands of years of narrowly avoiding extinction, one freezing night at a time. The next time your dog curls up next to you for warmth, remember, that instinct is at least 20,000 years old. If you had to survive an Ice Age winter with only 3 tools, what would you pick? Let me know in the comments. And subscribe if you want more videos like this one.